Recent archaeological discoveries may support a biblical account of divine intervention that saved Jerusalem from an Assyrian siege 2,700 years ago. King Sennacherib of the Neo-Assyrian Empire would launch a campaign across the Syrian desert to the Mediterranean Sea, aiming to control the vassal states that renounce their allegiance to Assyria. King Hezekiah of Judah was convinced to join this rebellion. In 701 BC, the Assyrian army attacked and conquered many cities, and would devastate the countryside of Judah. King Hezekiah would eventually be trapped in the capital of Judah, Jerusalem. All hope seemed to be lost. Using modern mapping techniques, Stephen Compton would reveal significant findings that align with this campaign. The independent researcher would publish his findings in the June 2024 issue of Near Eastern Archaeology. The Neo-Assyrian Empire has been described as the first true world power in history. It controlled an estimated area of 540,000 square miles, including areas in modern-day Iraq, Syria, Iran, Turkey, and as far as Egypt. Assyrians were known for their military strategies and tactics, and developed or perfected many weapons of war. A generation before this campaign, the Assyrian Empire would conquer the northern kingdom of Israel. This led to the exile of 1/5 of the kingdom's population. This is known as the Assyrian Captivity, when the 10 lost tribes were exiled from Israel. As surrounding areas of Jerusalem were taken, Jerusalem was spared for a time as King Hezekiah would pay a tribute in gold and silver to Assyria to avoid further attacks. But that wouldn't last long. Despite the payment, Sennacherib continued his assault on Jerusalem. To save Jerusalem, King Hezekiah prayed for protection from the Assyrian army, pleading with God to remember his faithfulness and the people's devotion. Images of military conquest on the walls of Sennacherib's palace often featured his siege camps, comparing these ancient carvings in Nineveh, now Mosul in Iraq, with aerial photographs, satellite imagery, and early maps. Compton would find ruins of ancient military camps in Lachish in Jerusalem. Their layouts correspond with the Assyrian siege, described in the Hebrew Bible and the Old Testament. As the sun rose the next morning, Hezekiah would gaze over the wall of Jerusalem, and to his amazement, would only see death. The Assyrian army was completely destroyed. According to Christian theology, there is an order of angels known as powers. These supernatural beings serve as God's military, more specifically known as destroyer angels and angels of death. One of their duties is to oversee the power that God has given to humans, particularly rulers and people of authority. Unfortunately, for the Assyrians, God answered King Hezekiah's prayers, and he would only have to send one of these angelic mercenaries. The angel of the Lord put down 185,000 soldiers within hours, defeating the Assyrians. Those who remained retreated back to their capital, Nineveh. Though still powerful, the empire would decline, lose influence, and eventually collapse after this event.